We have another built-in attribute directive, which is similar to ngStyle in Angular2, and it's called ngClass. Unlike ngStyle that only updates a few element style, the ngClass adds or removes the whole CSS classes to an HTML element. You can use ngClass in three ways: via a string, via an array, or via an object. For string, the CSS classes are listed in a single string and are delimited by a space. For array, the CSS classes are simply declared in an array. And lastly, for object, we use a JSON object in which the keys are CSS class names with the corresponding values. Here's one tip for you. For ngStyle, we're referring to a specific element style. For ngClass, we're referring to the CSS class. Alright, let's get started. Previously, we used the ngStyle directive to change the color and the font size of our stock list. Our focus for today is to use ngClass to our list of stock markets. And as you can see here, it's now color violet. We will use a custom class that has a text color of violet. First, let's go to the stocks.component.ts file. On the component decorator, let's add a new property called style. So here, add comma, and then styles. This is basically an array for a style sheet. So here, type colon, and then in here, let's create a very basic CSS class. So type .custom class, and then one property. The color is violet. And as simple as that, we now have a custom class that we can use for ngClass. Just head back to our ngSwitch, and then type ngClass, then equals, then custom class. And lastly, let's save it. And congratulations, you now have a working sample of an ngClass. Simply head back to your browser to check. At the bottom of the page, you can see that it changed to color violet. This means that our ngClass works. Next, let's use the ngClass in here in the list of the stock markets. So let's go back to our IDE, and then let's move this ngClass code up here. And then we can now also remove this line. And we're done. Let's go back to our browser to check. And here, you can see that the stock market list is now color violet. It's so simple, right? Now, let's add more CSS classes. Here, let's add a new class. Let's add a center class. So basically, this CSS class will have a text align of center. Alright. Now, copy this, and then let's add it here. So for here, since this is a string type ngClass, we should delimit our CSS classes with a space. Let's save it, and then go back to our browser. And here, you can now see that our list is center aligned. Now, let's try out other types of ngClass. Instead of a string type, let's use an array type. So here, make an array, then wrap it in double quotes. Then let's add our CSS classes. So we have custom class, and then we also have our center class, and we're done. We now have an array type ngClass. Before we check it, let's change this to brown. Then save it. Then let's go back to our browser. And it still works. Alright, let's have one last example. Let's use an object type ngClass. So here, let's go up. And then let's delete this. Then let's add a JSON object. So we have here our custom class. And then let's set it as true. Then comma, we have center class. And then set it at false. Alright, then save it. Let's check again in Chrome. And as you can see here, it's properly updated. You can also set this as a variable instead of a hard-coded value. So here, let's create a variable called isCenter, and then isColorBrown. Right? And then copy it in here. Custom class over here, and then isColorBrown, and then isColorBrown. Now we can control the CSS classes that will be shown from our ngClass through our isCenter and isColorBrown variables in our controller. So if you want, you can also swap the values. It's like true, then isColorBrown is false. So here, our list will be center aligned, and then it will be in a normal color. Alright, to test this, let's save it first, and then head back to our browser. And as you can see here, it works. And that wraps up our ngClass lecture.